Stay confident, like enjoy what you're doing, and if like over a long period of time, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, it might not be for you. Oh, we need a goalie today. I just like threw my hand up. I just wanted to play. Like, I didn't want to sit and watch. I remember my freshman year we had like All-American, and then the next year we had an All-American, and like I wanted to be an All-American like so bad. Yeah. I think it's best to just like work out on your athleticism and stuff like that for being a goalie. Just play as best I can. You know, nothing's like guaranteed.
BenzBoots Podcast. This is episode 4? Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's 4. It's 4. Yeah. Got Mateo Buyu, who's also my cousin, Teo.
Yo.
Thanks for coming on, bro. Really appreciate it. Can you kind of tell the people like who you are and like where you play right now and your story?
Yeah, so I guess I'm your cousin, so I'm the only day one person.
Yeah.
Today. But my name's Mateo Buyu. Grew up in Boston my whole life, lived in the same house. I started playing soccer when I was like 2 years old. I remember I couldn't like play officially until I turned like 4 or 5 because I wear glasses. Yeah. And I didn't wear glasses till I was 3. So I was just blind, just like running around the field. So it was a little weird. But I think my first memory playing soccer was I think we were on the same team, and I don't even remember when Martin Richard was like our goalie.
Oh yeah.
And he like saved the penalty, and then that's like my first memory of like a goalkeeper. Yeah. So if like I'm a goalkeeper, and that was like my first memory of a goalkeeper, and then sadly Martin passed away. So that's when I started hopping in goal a lot for our little house league team. Yeah. And then I think we were like 9 or 10 when I joined Valeo, the club. Okay.
Didn't you have Real Boston before that?
Oh, yeah, I played Real Boston when I was, like, 6 years old.
Yeah.
I played with my brother's team when he was, like, 9. I played the last 15 minutes at 6.
Oh, really?
And I used to get, like, clattered all the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't good at all. I just needed something to do. Yeah. So I played with my older brother a lot. So, yeah, I used to play up a lot. And I also played for his travel team. Okay. So I'd play, like, striker for the travel team. Yeah. I score some goals in there, you know.
That's
I used to bounce the ball a bit. But, yeah, I didn't join club till I was like 10 or something, and I joined as like a winger/6. Yeah, I don't know what kind of like hybrid that is.
Right. I feel like when you're a kid, like you just play everywhere. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Like you play everywhere on the field.
I just love soccer so much, or football. So I just love to play a lot, like at recess and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, I remember you playing club first, and I was like, damn, like it looks like he's taking this seriously. Like I want to try that out. I went to Valeo at first at 8 years old, but I was like, oh wait, I'm not ready for this. Like these kids are mad good. And then I came back the next year, and I made like the C team out of like the 4 teams or whatever it was. Yeah. As like a winger/6, and then my first game was like, I played before your A-team game. Yeah. And then we were late, bro. We showed up like halfway through the second half. I was like, yo, are you kidding me? Yeah. And then I get subbed on at wing. I remember like taking on someone, and then the game was over. I was like so frustrated. I'm like, damn, I really wanted to like play my first club game, and I just showed up late. And then your coach Lucas was like, oh, we need a goalie today. I just like threw my hand up. I just wanted to play. Like, I didn't want to sit and watch. I hopped in goal. I don't really remember that game too well. I remember like just standing in goal during a penalty and someone just like shooting it right at me.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
But then, Lucas is like, you were diving across the field. I'm like, was I actually? And he's like, you saved 3 penalties that game. It was amazing.
Yeah. And you're just standing with the ball hit you.
I just remember like letting the ball hit me and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, man. And how like, and so ever since then you've been a goalie, and right?
Yeah, after that game, I've always played goalie for like club and stuff.
Yeah.
There were a couple of times when we were like up 9-0, and I would like hop in the midfield, and you guys were like, "Oh, you're actually good." And I'm like, "Why?" Yeah. I still not until 8th grade did I stop like playing the field fully, but I always played like travel soccer.
Yeah.
Or my dad would coach a local club team, and I would play for them a lot. So that's when that's where I really like helped my technique. I just like love playing soccer in general.
Yeah.
And goalie, yeah.
And I think that that's kind of what separates you from other players and other goalkeepers, because you're able to play in the field and be able to like read the game, because you're not just a goalkeeper, right?
Yeah.
And so like, I think would you say like that's super important, and then that was like a pretty big thing for you, that you were able to, you're not able to just save goals, you're able to actually play in the field, knock the ball, and actually play. Right?
Yeah, I think understanding the game it's super important for me. I know from other players it's like just like natural, just playing the game, but I think understanding how each position works, how I can like connect with each position, the outside back coming in, me playing the ball, or what it's like for a 6 to receive the ball and not know what's behind them. Yeah. And communicating and stuff like that. I think that's really important.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah. Well, so this is kind of a weird case because I know Mateo pretty well. But, I mean, when we were kids, we play a lot of other sports as well. Yeah. So, like, we were playing basketball, baseball, all that stuff. Yeah. And so do you know why, or can you kind of explain why soccer's always been a thing, or why it's kind of stuck with you? Just why you love soccer, really.
Yeah, I think maybe because my dad, like, he really pushed soccer onto us. Yeah. And I think my second favorite was basketball because my mom's my favorite basketball. Yeah. But I guess, like, I was just, like, the best at soccer that I possibly could be. Mm-hmm. But I think playing different sports definitely helped me in different stuff. So, like, basketball, like, just being athletic and jumping. Yeah, yeah. In the goal, you have to shield people out and stuff like that. Baseball, I think it's a lot of, like, timing and for sure. Hand-eye coordination. Yeah. What other sports we play? Like, I played volleyball for a little bit. That's probably one of the most fun sports, actually.
Yeah, and it's so fun to watch,
it's
too.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And I remember swimming.
Yeah, swimming, too.
You were more competitive swimming, but I remember I used to swim a little bit.
Yeah. We did a lot, man. All right, so to kind of get back on track. So, you're at Providence now, and so I know you're taking a redshirt year, right?
Yeah.
And so, can you kind of talk about – actually, we'll talk about Milton as well. Oh, so you accomplished a lot at Milton, man. Yeah. So in the last year, do you remember all the rewards you got and all the awards? I forget. It was like All State, All New England, It was just like so many awards.
It's like I don't even know like those awards existed. I only knew All American and like All-ISL.
Oh yeah, and All American.
And I remember my freshman year we had like All American, and then the next year we had All American, and like I wanted to be All American like so bad.
Yeah, and so how did that feel, kind of accomplishing that goal?
So I finally got like the text from the main guy, like I want you to be on my team for the All American game. Yeah, and like it really felt good to me, and I felt like it's like when you check off a box, like I accomplished a goal that I really wanted to do. And I just thought it was an amazing opportunity overall.
That's cool. And so how was that All-American game? Was it, like, obviously you got to play with some great players throughout your whole lifetime, but also in that game, you're able to play with some of the best players in the country, right?
Yeah, it was super fun. I think my experience was, like, more fun than most players because I got to live in the house with, like, some of the other players and, like, the guy that runs it.
Yeah, and also our coach Kane, right?
Yeah, Coach Kane was there, so I traveled with him the whole time. And it was a pretty cool experience. My mom came down too. Yeah. I stayed in the hotel one night, and like it was just overall a pretty cool experience. The players were really good. Everybody was super nice. We went out for like a big lunch one time. We watched. I think the World Cup was on, so we watched the World Cup. So
all right, so
it was really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. So you've played for Milton, and then also at the time you're playing for Bolts, right?
Yeah. So I would like in the fall I would play strictly Milton. Yeah. And then once Milton was over, I just played for Bolts.
And so do you think there's a big difference between high school soccer and like MLS Next Soccer? Or like, was it, DA and MLS Next Soccer?
Yeah. I think for, like a goalie, it might be different. Yeah. It's like a lot different than maybe playing in the midfield or something. Right, yeah. But in goal, for Milton, I still I got on the ball a lot and I passed around, but it wasn't as competitive. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was more of like a fun journey with the boys. Mm-hmm. But for Milton, there was only like 2 or 3 games where I'd like actually be taking on shots. Yeah. And then obviously I knew the playoffs would be against really good teams, so that was another time when I'd take shots. Yeah. But I think for overall, it was just like trying to stay sharp and clean and like push like the players on the field as much. But at Bolts, it's more like it's more individualized. Yeah. So I could played in the system with Bolts, we had like a certain structure that we had to play.
Mm-hmm.
Each game would mainly be like a very tough opponent. Or
Each game's a battle.
Yeah, each game's a battle. And then there's teams that are just like way above you. Like we played LAFC one time, and we're like, damn, like that's a whole nother level that we have to reach.
Yeah, you're so right. And I've heard that some people say that college is kind of the best of both worlds almost. It's like you both have like because for me, high school, I'm playing high school, it's like you're playing for something bigger than you, you know, and it's not that individualized. I mean, obviously you're trying to be better yourself, but so I think being at Providence, right, you've been able to see how like you want to win games, but then it's not just for yourself, right? It's winning for like the school and winning for like a bigger thing almost. Right?
Yeah, there's just like a huge culture, especially at Providence, a huge sports school. So I can definitely see how like it can affect people's moods, winning and losing, especially playing with much older players that are like 24, 25. Yeah. You can see like they need a next step in their life to like proceed through soccer. So I think it's very interesting. I like analyzing my teammates and how they play and how they feel after games and stuff like that. So
no, actually keep going.
Oh no, I think like to the original question, I think it definitely is the best of both worlds. I'm with like my freshmen, we all live together and they're like my best friends now. But then we also play soccer together and everybody's really good and super competitive every practice.
For sure. Do you think you could describe like a day in your life like during the season?
Oh yeah, like
at Providence, yes.
Well, for Retro, it's a little different. So I never if they traveled really far, then I wouldn't go. I just stay and train. Yeah. But for like a casual day for a normal player would just be, wake up. Usually just go to class through the day. Yeah. They try and make your schedule so it ends by 2:30. Yeah. We'll have practice at like 3. We'll practice for like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. If we're like 3 days away from a game, it will be like a fun competitive practice. 6v6, maybe passing drills. Goalkeepers, we always do goalkeeper drills. Yeah. I don't really get to play in possession a lot anymore, which I kind of miss. But when it's when they travel and I get to stay, then I get to play in the possession drills, which is pretty fun.
Nice. And have you seen like the level is just like that much higher than like?
It's definitely improvement. You can tell that players are like bigger, stronger, faster, obviously. Yeah. Right. But then everybody has like good technique, and it's just like it's just another step above. Okay. And I can kind of feel like, if you go into a step above college, I feel like it will just be the same.
Okay. Yeah. And so, like, what attributes would you say like every single Division I soccer player has? Or I mean, maybe not every single player, but like what attributes have you seen like the majority of players kind of have?
Yeah, I think different players are much better at different things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Me personally, I think how well you like treat the ball. Yeah. I think a lot of coaches, my coach, we like possession, so he likes to keep the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. So I think when they were recruiting, they were looking for players that could keep and move the ball, but also like strong and work on defense. Yeah. So I think work rate is probably one of the biggest things for just college soccer in general.
Okay, yeah. So just working hard on and off the ball.
Right? Yeah, all times.
Okay, yeah, I bet.
Always being involved in the game.
Yeah, that's good. Obviously, you had to work hard to get to where you are now, right? At Providence and being at such a high caliber school. And so I know it's kind of hard to really describe what drills exactly you did, but do you have some drills that you've done maybe as a goalkeeper, as a player that's kind of stuck out to you? That kind of got you.
Yeah, doing individual goalie drills is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can really do that.
Yeah.
I think it's best to just like work out on your athleticism and stuff like that for being a goalie.
So what would you recommend? Like, what drills would you, or what gym exercise would you recommend for that?
I remember like in the winter during high school, I'd do a lot of like squats and box jumps.
Okay, to
try and improve my jumping.
Yeah.
But also I just like to keep in shape doing like I don't know, like agility, cone, side to side drills, jumping up and down. Another good thing is like working with like tennis balls. Okay, yeah. For goalkeepers, I don't know if you've seen like Mendy video where he like tries to catch the tennis balls. I don't like have that, but like I would like have a tennis ball and throw it against the wall, try and catch it, or I'll just like do keep it ups with the tennis ball and like kick it against the wall and try and catch it. Yeah. Those are the simple things that.
Okay, so have you had any mentors that kind of showed you those drills, or any mentors that kind of stuck out to you?
Oh yeah, so I guess when I was at Valeo, for the first, I think it was year, we didn't have a goalie coach, so I didn't really know what I was doing. Yeah, especially in like a more organized system. But then we got Vasily, and he like showed me how to be a goalkeeper basically.
Yeah. And he's at Bolts now, right?
Yeah, now he's still at Bolts. Yeah. He followed me from Valeo to Bolts. I mean, he didn't follow me, but like he like we had the same path. Yeah. So nice. I was with him for a long time, and I remember we used to do like this thing where we'd be I think it was 2 goalies in goal.
Okay.
Like one in front, one in back.
Yeah.
And then he'd have a tennis racket and a tennis ball, and he'd just like smash it.
Oh, really?
And he'd try and like save it. And it was so fun.
Oh, nice.
He loved putting like enjoyment into the drills a lot. So I think that's important.
That's good because I remember like when like we'd be going to practice together or something like that. You would always say like goalie practice like one of the most fun things. Right?
So it was so fun with him.
Yeah, cause like. So do you have any other drills that you kind of remember that were like really good that he showed you?
Yeah, well, at the end of every practice, we'd have like 10 minutes and we just play like a really competitive game.
Okay,
so
nice.
There was a game where it was all the goalies in the box. He crosses in and you just fight for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it was like a little bit like, oh, if someone's going to get it and call for it, you can give them a little nudge, but like obviously don't take them out.
Yeah.
But obviously there's times where kids would just get destroyed.
Yeah.
Or when I was growing up, like the older players would just take me out.
That's cool. Actually, let me talk about that real quick. So you've kind of played with older players because you had an older brother, right? And so you've played with older players your whole life. Do you think that that's kind of like helped you get to where you are as well?
I think definitely I think it taught me that work rate is really important.
Yeah.
Because these guys were faster, stronger, and they've been playing longer, so they're probably better.
Right.
But if you can work hard and like read how they play their game, and see how you can get an advantage and stuff like that. Because you were like the captain of our team.
Yeah.
Being like your kid down.
Yeah.
But it was just something like you gotta be confident and believe in yourself, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of want to talk about how you've kind of went from Milton and being like the leader, being the captain, basically being like one of the best players on our team, to kind of playing at Providence and having like and being with bigger players and not being able to play as much as you kind of like hoped you want to, you know.
I mean, I kind of expected it.
Yeah.
Not to like downplay myself, but I knew like. Yeah, your senior year of high school, you can be the captain and be the leader and try and push the younger kids above. But then you're going to go into another environment with older players that are way more experienced.
Yeah, you're right.
That will lead you now. Like, oh, you were in this little environment and now you're in this big step. So I think a big person is the goalkeeper that starts now.
Yeah.
Lucas Burns. Like, I just try and watch him a lot and see like what he does on and off the field.
Yeah.
Even if he's not like mentoring me, like talking to me every day, like I can obviously tell like what he's doing. And like how he reacts to things. Yeah. So that's a big part of it.
Okay, yeah. So because like when you got to Milton, right, or when you got to Bolts, you started off and you're at the kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, right? And then you kind of have to work your way up, and then you have to start over again, right, when you get to college.
Exactly.
And so it's just like kind of what you're talking about, like work ethic. So you have to just keep working and staying focused and stuff. So one thing I was talking about with Andreas, which is it's weird because like that's the next episode, but like it already happened. But so. I was talking about Andreas. So one of the practices I've started is trying to do yoga.
Oh yeah.
So do you have any practices like maybe yoga or journaling or I don't know meditation you've kind of tried to practice or tried to do?
Yeah. So we have like a strength trainer at our school, and she does sometimes yoga sessions. Yeah. And I went to the first one just to check it out. And see what it's like. Are
they optional or you just like?
Some of them were optional, some of them weren't. Okay. But most of them were. Yeah. I went to the first one just to see what it's like. I like to stretch. I think that's kind of another workout I do for playing goalkeeper. To be flexible. Yeah.
You're so right. Being flexible is super important.
Like during yoga, I was like, damn, this is kind of tough.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty flexible. I can touch the ground and my toes and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, this is like pretty hard. Yeah. But then after, I just felt like super loose. I felt super good. And I feel like it improved it made me stay at the top level that I could be. Yeah. So I think going to yoga was something I try to regularly do when I saw. And it was, I guess yoga was just like.
Okay, yeah. No, because it's definitely, so the way I do it, I did like a hot yoga session. And so it's like it's like sauna? It's in the sauna, and then you're just like you're doing these exercises, and it's like it's a crazy workout, man. It's like and that's kind of what we were talking about. How we were talking about how like playing other sports has kind of benefited you, like just having something else other than just playing soccer, because it can get like mentally draining sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I think shutting off like once you stop playing soccer is pretty important. I mean, obviously you can think about the game and analyze it, but I think taking a break from it is also very good.
Yeah, for sure. So like. During this, because it's kind of off season, right? It's you kind of had some time to relax a little bit. But what have you been doing like this off season to kind of prepare for the spring season?
I think like I still have like a week and a half before I go back. Oh, you still have
some time, yeah.
Yeah, so I put like a timer on my phone, like this certain day, like a week away from me going back. I know we have like beep tests or not beep tests. Yeah, beep tests when we get back. Yeah. So I'll probably do some like some sprints, or maybe I'll even do the beep test. Mm-hmm. But before this, now I kind of do what I like to do and enjoy. So I'll like chill out. I'll play video games. I'll eat some of my favorite foods.
That's good, yeah.
And then I'll play pickup with like my old high school team, or I know Tim Payne's running some pickup sessions that I want to get out to, but I've been super busy in the helping out and stuff around the house. So.
No, that's good. I mean, it's like you're saying, it's just like so good to reset sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like if you're just only focused on soccer, then you don't have time to like, enjoy life too, you know, right? It's
exactly.
Like, because it's a lot, and then like I feel like you can only go so hard sometimes. It's like you gotta, if you want to go 100% during the season and work hard during the season, it's like you can't be burning yourself out throughout the whole.
Yeah, exactly.
So just making sure you work out. Do you have any advice for younger players and players that are trying to get to where you are now?
I think the advice I give them that I was trying to like talk to myself about, was just like stay confident, like enjoy what you're doing, and if like over a long period of time, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, it might not be for you.
Right. Yeah.
But I never saw like a part like that. Like I was only down when we were like losing or stuff like that. So whenever I was enjoying it, that's when I really felt like I was in the right place. Mm-hmm. So just being confident and enjoying what I was doing I think that's very important.
Do you think you've had any setbacks that you've had to overcome that's kind of helped you get to where you are now?
Yeah, I think I've never had like any major injuries like you have or anything like that.
Yeah. Real quick, the Andreas episode, all we did is talk about injuries.
For real?
Yeah, because he broke his leg, he broke his foot, and then All right, but continue.
No, I never had like crazy injuries. Just small nicks that are pretty annoying. I think probably, my eyes are like super annoying. Like I have really bad eyes, so I used to wear glasses when I was younger and playing goal. Mm-hmm. I get hit in the face and they would break, and it'd just be super annoying. Because my prescription is so bad. It's like they're not like cheap. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything that's like crazy. I mean, obviously when you join a new team, like some players will doubt you, and like especially a goalie like me, like not many people have seen it before. Yeah. I know it's growing up. Right. Like it's growing into the new generation of goalkeepers, which I love. But especially when I was younger, a lot of people were like, "Oh, what's this guy doing?" Even sometimes I see in college like, "Oh, you're a goalkeeper, like just stay in goal." Like, I mean, but that's not how I play goalkeeper. Obviously, I know there's a system, and I need to play into that system. So my coach doesn't want me to play with the ball as much. Yeah. Like, you'll have to change. Mm-hmm. Or if he does want you to play with the ball, like, you have to be more brave and get it. Yeah. But I think just, like, playing who you are is important.
That's a good one.
We were talking about setbacks.
Yeah. No, but I think that kind of plays on, like, the device. Just, like being the player you are. Because, like, it's good to always try to improve as a player. Like, for me personally, I've always wanted to become a better dribbler. But, like, that's, like, not really who I am. I feel like I kind of play as, like, a player who's, like, who can knock the ball and play 1-2s with my players and with my teammates and kind of use that. So it's definitely important to just play as yourself, right?
I think even looking at the pros, like Jorginho, I don't know if he's drilling past
right,
he was in a ball and door taco a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's so good at like doing stuff like you do, like knocking the ball, passing it, defending, getting behind. Oh damn, they scored bang. Yeah. Doing stuff like that.
Yeah, so honestly, just like knowing kind of what you're good at and then like working at as hard as you can at that, you know. And so my last couple of questions would be like, what's like next for Mateo? What's next for you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just like playing the hardest I can. Yeah. I know the goalkeeper starting right now. He has another year left that he's probably gonna take. Yeah. So I just have to wait my turn and just play as best I can. Nothing's like guaranteed.
Right.
Like, I might break my leg tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
You never know. So just try and play the best I can. I guess like that.
Yeah,
just,
that's
like,
good.
Trying my hardest.
Because the spring season is coming up, and how many games is that? Is that 6?
I mean, like I've never been in spring season, but they said it was like 5 like official games, and then there's like 3 or 4 like casual games, like alumni games that we'll play and stuff like that.
Yeah. I asked Andreas this during our podcast episode, but I know this is like kind of far into the future, but do you still have aspirations of being a pro? And I feel like do you think you still kind of have that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be a pro.
Yeah.
I want to try and like put myself in the best journey to become a pro. So if things aren't working at Providence, maybe I'll have to look to somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think I always do want to continue my education, but I know continuing education some other time might, like, it's not ideal, but it might be better to do that or to do it another time. Because soccer is not going to proceed for like as long. Yeah, it's good. But I think
having a backup plan is good.
Yeah,
too,
but
right?
even if I don't go pro, I think I'll always just play soccer in general.
I
have a job and I just play casually. Like, I played in a men's league this summer.
Like Sunday league.
And it's like super fun for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously there to get more touches and stuff like that. Yeah. But I can see how much they enjoy it and stuff.
Yeah, I think that would kind of be like the moral of like today. It's just like loving the game.
Yeah,
like, you have to love it, or else it's like it's not gonna work, man.
Yeah.
And real quick before we wrap up, I want to say these BenzBoots shirts. They're on the Instagram. So if you DM us, we can send them to you. They're $20 each. And we already sold out, actually.
For real?
Yeah, we sold out. So we need to order. We gotta order some good ones.
I didn't buy one yet.
Yeah. All right, Teo. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Really appreciate it, man. Peace.